Hello? You're... You're here? Sure. Likely story. Right. So, you join me just as I'm trying to figure out how... why the flame doesn't change color. So, hello Kangafango. Hello Mr. W. Welcome. We're on... Hey, W. We're on the 5th from the top. You're on the 5th from the top? The top of what? Do you mean on the schedule? 5th from the top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Probably, yes. Hey, yes, hello. Only just joined chat, soz. It's fine, I've only just started streaming. Here he is, yes, hello. Hope I didn't miss anything. Should I? Yes, schedule. Okay. Right. Okay, so. Good. Actually, one second, I quickly need to check something. Okay, sure. That works. Okay. Right, let me switch over now again. So here we are. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is this okay, this size? Hello, Chris. Welcome. Welcome. I've only just started streaming. The stream just started? Yes. Hey. Very affirmative. This is the first time I've been this early. Great. Hello indeed, yes. Streamlabs just muted, by the way. Streamlabs was muted? What do you mean? Can't you hear me? Can you not hear me talking? Shalace, thanks for the upscale. Very nice indeed, lovely. Okay, well then everything's good. I'm assuming you can hear me talking. I don't know what you mean by Streamlabs. I can hear you. Well then everything's fine, isn't it? Right, so... the host sound, the POG, the computer audio. Yes, well, there is no computer audio at the moment. I mean, I guess I could switch it over, but there is no audio unless there are notifications or something like that, but that's very unlikely. So I started implementing another item, which actually changes the color of the flames and the braziers. However, footsteps would be nice, thank you. Well, that audio is off anyway, because it's annoying if you hear it a long time. Without gameplay, that is. So, let's just see. Let's just debug this. So, let's see if this gets printed. Print this line. Sure. Where do you get the assets? Do you make them yourself or are they pre-made? Which assets do you mean? Do you mean graphical assets or do you mean the character controller asset? You gonna have Headbob? Probably. I'm probably gonna have it toggleable if I'm gonna do that, probably. Headbob is enabled at the moment by default. But what assets do you mean? The FPS controller is the only pre-made thing he's using. Well, that and the skybox, yes. And technically the user interface sprites as well and the font. But other than that, yeah, so let's see if it actually changes color. No, that doesn't get called. Wow, FPS controller includes the Headbob. Yes. So let's see. This doesn't get called, which means that the current color is equal to the new color. So what is the current color? Actually, the current color would probably be... current light color is equal to flame light color. flame light is equal to... When does the current color get changed? Oh, right, of course. It gets set to white and then just stays there. So what if I changed these? This would probably throw an error, but what if I went in here and set current color is equal to... Actually, let's do this again. Let's do var main is equal to particle system dot main, so that's equal to particle system dot starting color. Does that work or not? Or is that a gradient? No, it seems to work. So that is the current color, and then new color should also should be equal to current color at the beginning. So let's see if that changes things. I mean, I could have made the variables public and seen it in the, well, serialized in the inspector, which means that I would have been able to see it much sooner, but now let's see if that actually changes anything. I think it does, yes. Yeah, I did change it. So now it looks like it's working. But all the physical things he's made himself. Wow. Well, you've seen me make them. Most of them, anyway. Right. So, that changes. However, the flame isn't... What did it change? It changed the color of the flame. Let me demonstrate. Matchboxes. We've had this implemented previously, but... Oh, that's strange. Why doesn't it... Why did I only have one? Matchsticks. Why minus 10? Why negative 10? What? That is strange. Wait a minute. Does that actually change it on the scriptable object? Equip. Oh, it changes it on the scriptable object. That is not good. Why does it do that? Did it always do that? I may have stumbled upon a severe bug here. Inventory current items. Equipped index dot count. That seems wrong. Why does it work like that? 1 second. I need to see if that actually, how that works, because that, what happened was it changed the number of objects on the scriptable object itself and not on the instance. Does it not work like that? Oh, that is an issue. Anyway, you can see they both look like this. Then if I burn this artifact in one of them, you can see that the color does change on the right one. You can see it becomes a lot brighter, like this. Shouldn't it change to green? No. Yeah, but it's hitting me now. Jeez, this is gonna take long. Sorry. Yes, it will. Only thing he hasn't modeled on stream that we know of was the brazier and maze entrance. Jace, what are you burning? Terran artifacts. The one? The first steam locomotive that Charles might make is the Reading Railroad G3A 462 Pacific. I doubt that it would be that, probably. I doubt that it's that. If I make a locomotive for trains, then it's going to be one that a type of locomotive that is very well, that basically it doesn't exist on the DLS already. Something, or at least not something similar to that. Like a big American locomotive is, at least I think it's American locomotive. Yeah, of course. There are already big American locomotives on there. If I make one, then it's probably going to be something more different than things that already exist on the DLS. So yeah, link doesn't work. Where did you get that information? There's the link. Wow, now it works now. Are there ghosts in the code today? Yeah, it's in the stream title, which by the way is Ghosts in the Code. So this is not good. Oh, I may have to change this. You know what, this is too big. I need to make it one smaller, at least. So the issue is, which I didn't notice before, because I was saving and loading it, is that when I change the amount of the count of an object, and you see how our scriptable objects here have a count or items of a count variable here. Well, when I change this, I thought that it was that had instances. Like if in an array I'd had a variable of a scriptable object, I thought it was an instance of that scriptable object, but it's not. It changes it at the source, which is a problem, which means that I need to store it separately, which means I'll probably need another array instead of that. So let's see, inventory. Current items. Yes, I'll need a public list int current item counts is equal to new list of type int. Right, so that means that I need to change the saving and loading behavior as well. So I'm going to add an item, it adds the current item, and then it needs to add the count as well. Sorry, I brushed up against the mic there. So current item counts dot add item to add dot count. Right? Right. In this case, we can use the items count itself, because when we add it, it's going to have the max anyway, at least at the moment. However, in the recalculate wait, I need to change this from... Yeah, it can't use the current items count because that won't change, that can't change. Or rather, it does change. So you need to go to current item counts I. That's just it. Right, so I need to change the display of it as well. Update inventory. Right, so if we get count, we can't use the selected item dot count. Selected item is equal to. Alright, so the selected item. Do we have the index anywhere? We should do. Selected item index. That's what we need. So we need current item counts of selected item index. And then we need to use the same thing in here to calculate the weight, or rather to display the weight. Temp is equal to replace weight. Okay. So that should work, but I still need to actually save and load that data. Oh, hello, Squozy. Hello, Squozy. If that's indeed how to pronounce that. Welcome. Let me read chat. There's another link there to look at. There, the link. Alright, that's already the other one. Imagine this beautiful logo of Southern Pacific and trains. Let me see. Yeah, that would be great. There are some that are similar to that. Hey, alright, you're Blizzard. Hello, Blizzard. Welcome. Logo looks nice. Hello, Blizzard. I'm on my alt account. Hello, yes. It is 5 AM and I'm tired. Well, then go to bed. Hey, Blizzard, good night. You're from Discord, aren't you? Yes, he is. So, I'm currently in the process of changing around a bit of how the inventory system works, because I've realized that if you change a value of a scriptable object that's in a variable, it changes it of the original object. It's not an instance of it. It changes it on the original. It's pronounced Blazord, or is it or Blazord? Oh, Blazord. Oh, it's Blazord. Ah, right. I thought it might be. So, save inventory stuff. Inventory dot current items dot count. Wait, this is in a no, this is not in a for loop. Text inventory text lists add. Oh right. Oh right. It means it adds. Oh, there's the how many items we have, not the number of. Oh right, yeah. It adds the current item's ID. Then it adds list end, and then it does this text. So here, instead of loading this, we need to have current item counts i.toString. And then for loading, nothing should have changed. So now let's see if we get 10,000 errors. Doesn't look like it. Okay, now let's see if I use a match. So you can see this one has 10 matchsticks in it. The other one also has 10 in it. If I use one of the first one, then this one should have 9, which it does. And the other one should have 10, but it doesn't. Does it? Oh, did I forget to save? I think I forgot to save. Inventory, save. Anything else? No. Okay. Right, so this actually should still be on 9. So we've got 9 in both. Do that. Which here we've got 9. And here we've got 9. So it didn't update it. So it probably... Okay, well let's change... Oh, but it did. It did... Wait, need to still do some testing. Right, so when it actually displays it, inventory, inspect item, Select weight. Description text replace count with current item counts. Selected item index dot toString. So that bit works. So we're just setting the wrong thing. So here. Oh, of course, we're still setting the wrong thing here. So inventory dot current items inventory equipped index. So we need to change this to current item counts and then just subtract 1 from that. And then this one, and just delete that to the back. And then the index is set to 0. That should be good. Right, so now let's see if it works. Right, I thought, alright. Where's Ghost Lady? Shouldn't she be in the stream too? You know, I haven't heard much from her recently. Not sure what's the matter. Bit concerning now that I think about it. She's in the code. Ah, maybe that's where she's gone. I made this name in 2012. Haunting the mansions of text. So, what's the probability? Probably with your normal one. So what's the problem with your normal? Yeah, normal what? Account. Twitch account? Yeah. Presumably you have more than one as this your alt. I was logged into this one. That's really all. Oh. I would sign out and sign in again, but I have to verify with email. I'm a little lazy, so yeah, that's understandable. Aren't we all? Well, this is my first time watching the stream. Yes, you're very welcome here. By the way, the correct spelling of brazier is brazier. Are you sure? Where is it? Where did I find this then? 1 second, let me see if I can... 1 second. Because I did look this up. Let's see, where is it? That's strange, because if you look at the one of the old streams, I did... That is strange. Maybe I just typed it in and looked at images to see if... Because it does find all of this for a type like that. So maybe that was what happened? Huh. That is strange. Right. True. He's making his own game. It's wonderful. Well, thanks a lot. Braces is a piece of clothing, I believe. Yeah, I know one of them is. I thought it was the other spelling that was the piece of clothing. Yes. Yes, I've been watching most of the VODs. Oh, well, thank you very much. Guys, I found a bunch of other locomotives from South Pacific. The images have subtitle under the image with the number, class, date, and location. Yeah, I won't look at it at the moment because I'm already half an hour in. So, yeah, but that's good. Lovely. What? Yes, video on demand, I believe it stands for. Yes, true. Is SP your favorite railroad? If you don't mind. Yes. Nice. I'm back. Great. I'm back. My internet cut out for a second. Unfortunate. So, okay. The thing is, I probably typed the other... Yeah, because, you see, if I look for it spelled like this, then it finds all of this stuff. If you actually look in the names, it does say it differently, but what does this word then mean, or does it not exist? Okay, well, hopefully I can change all of this stuff without messing things up. Brazier is the piece of clothing. My mistake. But brazier is the thing you're after. Yeah. So then what I typed, the way I... But then, no. Okay, let me see. Because I do think that I... No, I'm not sure where I got that spelling from then. Just by the way, I sent you a Discord message a few hours ago. Check it when you can, but no hurry. I will, thanks. I do generally see them quite quickly. When I have the time to look on it on there. Oh yeah, brazier. The weirdest Southern Pacific logo I've ever seen. It's a 280 M21. Okay, well I'll give that a look. Yeah, I mean that looks unusual. But I suppose with the driving wheels so far back, the load of the firebox would be on the rear axle, wouldn't it? Nice. Should I maybe find a and replace word would help? Not with the assets. That is a pointy nose. Yeah. Smoke box door. Right. Oh, that's wrong. I need to change that. In the scripts I meant. Yeah, in the scripts it would, yes, but with the objects not so much. Let's see, where else have I used it? Well, the name of the object. So, right. Open this up. To change the actual name here as well. Oh, but then it's going to change. Yeah, see, that's not going to work. That's going to get rid of all of the... Although, maybe it will. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Which means that I need to quit this, open this up. Like that. And then here... well, let me just do Command F. Actually, no, I need to find a place. Find, no, replace. So I want to replace it with this, and I want to find that. Replace all. Did that work? Maybe. Now I need to go over to the player script, because here I believe, yeah, this is also here. It's Command Alt F, yes. Place all. Let's see, does this... yeah, it gives an error. MISC controller at 35. That is open, good. Line 35. That is incorrect. Oh no, it's item thing. Oh right. Does this need to be lowercase then? Oh no, I didn't change it in MISC controller, that's right. And yes, it does need to be lowercase. Oh, is that not case sensitive? Oh, it's not case sensitive. Well, that's annoying. Apparently it's not case sensitive. Well, let's see. That means that in the player script... no, that is correct. That's the type. That's the type. It is of type interactable item, so that should be good. Let's see if that works. No. Well, this is an interactable item, line 36. Right, because it's not taken in consideration the capitalization. Does it work now, or is everything broken? Actually, we can do the test now. So 10 matchsticks in there, 10 matchsticks in there. Now if I light this with the first one, well, first of all it lights, so that's good. 9 in there, and 10 in there. Now, if I were to continue to light all of these, so that the portal spawns, there we go. If I go through this, will it have saved it? This one has... oh, this one has 10 in it. Oh, and this one has 10 in it. So let's see what the save game looks like. Item stacks. Oh, 2 and 10. So the saving does work, it's just the loading that didn't work. So I probably need to change something there as well. So let's see loading. Alright, so here, plus inventory items. Oh yeah, of course. We need to do... wait, do we? This is... no, this is for saving. No, this is... no, this is wrong. We need to go down further. Current item count, that's the total number of items. Go down, current item count. And current item count. Current item stacks, that's the one. That's the one what I want. Right, so inventory.current items, this needs to be changed to current item counts I is equal to this. So let's see if it loads correctly now, because the first one should have a stack of 2, the second one should still have a stack of 10. So let's see if that works. Matchbox 1 has a stack of 2, the other one has a stack of 10, and if I pause this and go over to the actual item, it still has a count of 10. So it works, I fixed it. Better change it now than it would be if you changed it if you changed it another year into development. True. I wish Twitch has emoji like the ones in Discord. Same. I am subscribed to a few channels on my main account, but they don't have good emojis. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't really do that much with emoticons. I mostly use facial expression ones to give a bit more of a... to get rid of a bit of the ambiguity that is inherent to text-based communication. But other than that, I'm really not that interested in them. I'm dying from laughter. Is there someone there that can call 911 or someone that can give you mouth-to-mouth if you need it? Are you okay, basically? Should I call an ambulance? The Southern Pacific 440 are a joke. Let's see. Oh, I like them. That one looks good. It looks unusual. 440, yeah. Yeah, a lot of the Twitch emotes are just so extremely specific or just not applicable at all. Looks funny. You had me concerned at first, though. It's not case sensitive? Oh no. Be back in a bit. Bye! This reminds me of the game popping off in Japan. Ona Oni. Don't know what that is. Oa Oni. You mean the one that looks like it was made with RPG Maker? Is that the one you mean? With the purple guy? Hello, Slovak Eagle, welcome. I hope you're still here. As I'm saying this, and you're not buffering too much. Never heard of it. Hello, hello. It's a 2D mobile horror and puzzle game. Alright, and then it was that one. Alright. Back at Hey Slovak, hello. I think he's given a link, Shardise. Yes. Yes, I didn't see it. It was off the screen. Yeah, that one. Oh, that's a nice looking ghost there on the page on the left. Actually, thinking about it, I think I've seen that guy on the left walking around at night somewhere near here. Anyway, I'm sure it's nothing. Right, so it works. I fixed the issue. So actually, let's have another look at the thing. So it does say, so if you look here, you can see it does now also save item 0003, which doesn't have a stack, as you can tell here. But it does have, it is the Terran artifact. It's got the description of, this object has a very strong connection to the Terran realm. Perhaps if you had enough of these, they could help you get home. It weighs about, grams, and looks like it is inflammable. So, that is, one second, that is the correct word, right? Inflammable? Yes. Easy, yeah, exactly. Flammable and inflammable are the same. I don't know why, but I can imagine some big streamer raiding the stream. I mean, I can imagine it, but I doubt that it would happen. Plus, that would kind of get rid of the the time that I have to read chat, because if there were so many people in chat typing just so much, then I'd have to glance over most of it and only read out stuff that I deem important. But this way, I can read out basically all of it, so that's good. I'm imagining. All right. Shadis, home? Where home? Oh, the Victorian era London, of course. Rating. Definitely deserves it. Shadis definitely deserves it, but I kind of like having a smaller fan base. Feels more personal and intimate, more like a community. Very true. Yes, that's basically what I meant. So, the changing the color of the light works. You can see, if I'm trying it, I'll try it again, just to make sure. See if I can light these two. Now if I equip the Terran artifact, I put it in this one. You can see it is changing color. The right one is getting brighter. And I want it to get even brighter, so I need to make the this orange color less orange. Which, yes, I do realize it makes the flame look more unrealistic in general. However, at the moment, I really only want the colors to be right, and I can take a look at maybe having different particle emitters, which then only change the alpha of one and then increasing the others, so that I can actually have better gradients. But now if I change this, it is clearly more white than the other one, which is what I wanted for this. And it has removed the object? Yes, it has. Good. By the way, just want to see. I just want to put in a memory shard just because I want to see what it looks like now. There you go. Fell in there. If I select another one, equip, you can see you can deposit them in here. See, they're all in there now, all three of them. Anyway, good. So, what's next? Very true. If there's 100 messages in a minute, it kind of ruins it. Yeah, then I'd have to turn on slow mode, but that is annoying for people in chat, so yeah. Why is the topic of trains or trains so small? Or not so popular? I think because, probably because there are so many other modes of transport. Mostly road transport, which makes... I mean, in the, like, maybe the 40s or 50s, trains were... I mean, even the 60s, where trains were much more common of a hobby as well. Because there are all those... At least in the UK, in the 50s and 60s, they had those catalogs of... The railway sold these catalogs of all of the locomotive numbers, of all the numbers of each individual locomotive that the railway had, and they were sold to children who could do train spotting, and when they saw a locomotive, they could tick it off on their book, on their catalog, so that they could tick off which locomotives they saw. So it must have been a very prominent topic back then, but nowadays railways are generally taking much more of a backseat to other modes of transport, like mostly road transport and of course air transport as well. Yes, so I guess that's my answer to that. Probably because this is a game dev stream, or did you mean in general? Not your standard game, I'd wager. Yes, in general. Alright, the style of game is for a rather specific demographic. True. Helter Skelter? That's not the demographic. Lighthouse? It's Tiny Gale Rock. Oh, you mean the thing? No. That's the that's the memory shard bin. So cute. Wait, did you mean the game or the transport? What we think Sharadai's car looks like. A normal car. What he actually has. Let's see if you're any close. That? Yeah, that's totally my car. Totally the car that I drive. I mean, in general, I totally drive a car. Of course I do. It would be ludicrous if I didn't. And even more ludicrous if I didn't like cars at all, right? Yes. He said trains or trains. Sorry, my internet cut off again. Well, I think he thinks you're talking about only trains, as in the transport system. Yes, because trains, with a Z at the end, the popularity of that kind of... Okay, so you've got the popularity of trains, and then Trains, the game, only has a small part of that, because you're not really going to be a fan of trains if you're not already a fan of trains. So the group of people interested in trains is always going to be a small fraction of the people interested in trains. More people interested in trains, more people interested in trains. More like what he actually has. Pavement? Oh, of course I have pavement. Yeah, it's the bin, but it looked a bit like it. I am. You see. Oh, whoopsies. Trains communities sprouts off of actual trains. Yes, they grow in, I believe, pods, I think? Don't remember. 7 people watching? You're watching me talk about this stuff? Well, must be interesting then. Anyway, so, what to do? Okay, we've got the item in the inventory. We've got the inventory item. I can put it in the how do you pronounce it then? Braziers. The braziers. Braziers. And it changes the color, which means it accepts it. So now I want them to generate. So basically, I completely forgot. I didn't actually tell you what I'm working on. So at the moment, because over the last few streams, even though I've got a lot of progress done, I did have the feeling that I'm kind of it's a bit aimless. It's like, oh, there's this thing I need to do, so I start working on that, and there's this thing I need to do, start working on that. So I've decided that I'm going to make more of an end game thing first, and have it accessible at the beginning, and then just put in things between the beginning and what I've done to kind of push them apart, to put the game in between, if that makes sense. So what I'm working on is the so the way the character's going to get home is going to be they need to get to a specific level type, a specific level type through the normal gateway, but they need to put in these Terran shards. If they've got 8 Terran shards, then the portal will open to that specific type of level, and there they then need to probably complete a puzzle or something like that to actually be able to get home to actual Victorian London. Which means, that's what I've been working on. So now I have the thing in place. Previously, when the flames went green, they always went green when I had matchsticks equipped and I pressed F on them. I didn't actually burn an item to do it. But the way it's set up now, it is actually burning an item to do it. The item only exists in the inventory. It doesn't spawn in the world yet. So I think the next thing to do would either be to make it so that it loads a different kind of level if all 8 of them have the new... Basically, if all 8 of them had a Terran artifact burned in them, or to make a placeholder item spawn in the world, which is the Terran artifact. I think I'm probably going to do the former first. So, okay, let me read chat again. Quite a lot of chat today, actually. What about people who just like generic simulator games, not specifically train ones? Well, then I'm not sure that is the case, because if you are interested in a simulator game, then you're interested in experiencing the simulation of a real life thing, which then means you're interested in the real life thing. Which means that if you're interested in trains, simulator, a simulation game, you're interested in the thing it simulates, which are trains, so then you'd be interested in trains. I doubt that there is anyone who likes a simulator game simply because of the fact that it emulates some part of real life without actually caring for the actual part of real life that it simulates. So I'm not sure that player type actually exists, although it just doesn't make sense to me. But I may be wrong. Yeah, I bought a bag of them last week. Trains community seeds. Yeah. Oh, you've been sowing those. Oh, I see. Just be careful not to prick yourself. Use of sowing, as in sowing seeds, but actually sowing with a needle. You get it. Trace, just saying flamey thing makes it easier. I know, but I want to say it properly. Okay, dictionary. I want to see how to actually pronounce that. There we go. It's pronounced brassiere. It is pronounced brassiere, right? Brassiere. Right. That is right. Wait, do I have text to speech? Speech. Start speaking.
Brasher.
Brasser? Really? Is that correct? That seems off. Let's see, what does it say if I make it say this?
Brazier.
Yeah. Brasher and brazier. So brazier is correct. Brazier is correct. Hopefully. Unfortunately, my bag was faulty. Aww. It's 6. People in chat, yes. But the thing at the bottom also counts people who don't have accounts. So, yes. You know what I'm gonna say now, don't you? Who's the 7th person? I don't know. Ghost lady. Maybe it is. Maybe. It is. Ugh. Maybe his car is this. Nah. I wouldn't like something as sports car-y as that. Or some other phrase that means the same thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. Wait, but it says 6. Right. How could you forget her? You've made her made now. You've made her mad now. Oh, I didn't forget her. I just didn't think it was her. I thought as much. Well, Ghost Lady's not gonna appear in chat, is she? Sorry, Ghost Lady. That thing? Front looks a bit weird. Where are all the headlights? And front indicators? It's 7 again! Well, now it's 5. Because I've been reading chat all the time, that's why. And where are the vipers? Wipers, sorry. I apologize, that Ghost Lady. Apparently she accepts. Dude, I keep telling you, it's Ghost Lady. She's having trouble connecting to this realm. That's why she's flickering. Ah. King Fango. This explains. Yeah, don't like it. It looks like a racing car from Tron. How about this? About to be 6 a.m. Well, then get to sleep. Get to bed. Alright, flip up ones. Well, racing games? Oh boy, here we go again. Trace, I am quite sure that there's people that like playing OMSI 2 but wouldn't ride the bus IRL. Well, yeah, but then they must be interested in buses, or at least in driving buses. Because there's a difference. Driving the bus or being driven in the bus is the difference. I think, yeah. If you didn't like buses at all, if you just didn't care for them, would you really buy OMSI 2, a bus driving simulator, where that is the only thing in the game, and would you really play that if you didn't like buses? I wouldn't. Brass ear? Wow, it's slang for barbecue in North America. That's so posh. Shari's pronunciation was always correct. Only the spelling. Brazier. Bread beer? Bear? I say, man, do you have the brazier running? Yes, I do. Could you help me catch it, actually? Say what? Shadis, if he was to drive, I can imagine it would be an old-fashioned... Right, Shadis, if he was to drive, I could imagine it would be an old-fashioned 50s style car, like a vintage one. You mean for me, if I were to drive? I haven't really put much thought to it. Gotta say, well done for staying up that late to watch a stream. Is it UG? Not, it is. Alright. Tron, don't know how to spell. It's not from that, it's from Hot Wheels, but close, and yes, it's a racing car. Yeah, I don't care much for them. I don't care much for racing cars, and cars in general. Yeah. Also, generals in cars, I don't usually care very much for. The reason why I stayed up late a lot is because I edit videos for my friends. Oh, that's nice of you. Yeah, Tron. Trace, you missed Squeezies. Does Ghost Lady have any other name than Ghost Lady? Alright, sorry about that. I didn't mean to miss it. She does, but she's never told me. Never. I mean, I've asked her so many times, but she never tells me her name. I think she's afraid that if I knew it, I might think differently of her. I'm not sure what she means by that, but it is a bit concerning, actually. I've decided not to follow it up further. Yeah, Tron. That's sweet of you, but 6 a.m., dude? Me neither. Prefer buses, really. Only borderline exception of cars is taxicabs. Some of those are nice. Yeah, the London ones, they're nice. The cabbies. The old checker cab. Yes, I do cinematics edits and other stuff. Nice. Is that of a Route Master? What is that? It says Master. No, that's a taxi. Oh, that one, yeah, that's nice as well. As a taxi. Just maybe she doesn't want her name said on stream. No, she didn't tell it to me privately either. What's a good old-fashioned Victorian era female name? Well, Victoria. How about Murgatroyd? Isabella. Elizabeth. Yeah. The first thing that came to my head for some reason was Cynthia. Maybe, I mean, that sounds good. Heavens to Murgatroyd! Yeah. So, with that hiatus done with, let's continue. So, firstly, I need to make sure that the player has plenty of Terran artifacts to start the game with, so that I can test to make sure that the portal changes where it's going. So, okay, well, let's see. We need 8 plus matchsticks. So, actually, let's do 10. We'll give a memory shot as well. Actually, no, let's do 0 and then just add them like this. So, let's do Terran artifact, increase that to 9. Then let's put the matchsticks in that one. Let's increase it to 10. And then let's put a memory shard in the last slot. And then I need to just delete the save game because otherwise it will just load the data from that and won't give me the actual items. So there we go. We've got the items. A lot of Terran artifacts. So actually let's see. I just want to see what this looks like. Actually, I can disable the light now. That might make it a bit better. Point light gone. Matchbox. Equip. So there we go. I want to see how the light level changes of the actual light source, because that does actually change with the color. So at the moment it's quite orange. So it kind of looks like that with a portal in the middle. Now if I have to equip the Terran artifacts one by one, which is a bit annoying. I might make that item stackable instead. But these kind of important items, I don't really want to make stackable because I wanted to feel special. Oh, also, I need to make sure that the player can't burn the same artifact in a brazier twice, because then that is just a bit annoying, really. And yes, as you can see, it has actually changed the color of the light as well. So that is working. It is working, good. Actually, a thing I might do is, instead of changing the color of the flames, I might give the flames smoke and then change the color of the smoke. That might look better. Although it wouldn't look as magical. Might do both. Anyway, so let's just do that. Let's just make it so that the player can't give the same item twice. Oh, actually, no, let's make it so the player can only ever give one item, so... okay, I need to store this in the brazier script then. So public bool burned item. It's false by default, that's good. So then here, if it's brazier, the item interactable item, no, it is interactable item, and then it's a subcategory of that, so this one. So if it is that, which is this bit, light equip matchsticks, actually no, it's no, it's this bit. See, it doesn't even fit on here, that's why. Which means that up there, so this, all of this can only show up if the brazier hasn't had an item burned in it yet. If it has, then it's not really going to change. It's just not going to display text. So if item interactable dot get component brazier dot burned item. So if that's false, so just put an exclamation mark in front, then it's going to do all of this stuff. If it's true, then I'm going to need just to turn the text off, really. So interact text dot set active false, and we can't interact with it either. So now if I try to burn with an error, player at 59, which is there. Was there? Could not definition burn item. Oh, did I burned item? Did I misspell it? Brazier does not contain a definition of a burn item, and no XSL extension method for burn item accepting the first argument of brazier. What? That is strange. If item interactable dot get component actually maybe I need to do, oh no, it gets it down here just fine. Is there another error? No, it's just that. Why doesn't that work? It works with lit. Just work with that. Why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it work with that? Does not contain a definition for burned item. Why doesn't that work? So if item interactable is equal to the component item interactable of the object that the ray has hit, that we're looking at, and then if the type is brazier, then we check if item interactable dot get component brazier dot burned item is equal to is false. We do all of that stuff. Else we don't do it. Why does that not work? Because lit works, and lit is of the same level as this. So why doesn't that work? Okay, well, are the brackets off? No, the brackets work. Okay, well, let me quit Unity and start it back up again, because it might have an error. Let me rechat at the moment. Let me rechat. Adelina. Shadis, damn. I felt a cold breeze then. You're good at shutting people down. Ah. With what? Do you mean with Victoria? Oh, I read that as adrenaline, which is cruel for nowadays. Never mind, Wiki era. Adrenaline. Adrenaline isn't. Why would you say adrenaline is cruel for nowadays? Why? Adrenaline is a very useful thing. Magari. Shades, will one of the Terran artifacts be a clay amphora? I don't think so. I think it will need to be something more special than that. Either that or it's a very special clay amphora. Yes, Lucy. Alice! Here's a fact. In circumference, Queen Victoria was wider than she was tall. That is a fact that you have said quite a few times. I don't know where you got it from. Was it from QI? Sure it is. Also, maybe Ghost Lady just wants her name safe. That there isn't even a chance that you could say it on stream. Maybe. Ah, yes. I mean, one shouldn't laugh, but I still think the portal looks a little underwhelming, personally. Well, it's supposed to look more mystical rather than just kind of generic. You dare ridicule my circumference? Puny commoner. And if I'm honest, I think the flames look a bit gassy. Yeah, the flames don't look great. That's true. Yeah, flames are placeholder as far as I know, yes. I use the YouTube feature of copy the URL of the video in the moment I am. Here, the Hot Wheels car I think showed, that I showed Shadows. Okay, I'll just have a look at this. You need to right click and then you need to copy the video URL at current time to have the timestamp. But yeah, I saw the image before. Also, Mr. W, there's probably going to be something in the center of the portal which will probably make it look better. Maybe. Most likely. I think the outline just looks a bit bare. And what do you mean by that? Maybe Twitch compression ruins it? I would doubt it. At the moment, the portal is only a ring. I think Shadows is planning to put something in the center. I don't know. Like another section of light, so that you won't be able to see straight through it. Maybe? Or maybe just pure black. I don't know. Can you maybe take a look at the vid seen later or now? I'm not boring you, just asking. Forcing you. Marcilla is a good nickname for a ghost lady. If you want to give it to her, sure. Yeah, that works really well. Yeah, if I were to get a vehicle of transport, I'd much rather get something like this. Bus. I can already see it in the title. Yeah. Lucia? Or where is it? It went away. Or is that too modern? I don't know. Then I start MPD, Mini Pointer Dart. Both are good. The Middle Ages.net people names. Well, Middle Ages, Victorian era is not Middle Ages. It's post, it is post, what's it called? Renaissance. Post-Renaissance. Let me close this, then open it back up. See if it fixes the error. Maybe sometimes it gets caught like that. See, told you Alice wasn't there. Well, I'm gonna go sleep. Oh, well then good night. Maybe if you're not already asleep. And Dinah too. Yeah. Alice and Dinah, of course. Good morning? Or night? Well, bye. Good morning. Well, good morning. For me it's 9:10. Yeah. For me it's 9:16. Bye. Night, and get a rest from editing. Oh, good night. Night, yes. See you soon, maybe tomorrow. Bye. Shadis, yeah, with your Victoria. Oh, I see. Shadis, it's just a name that would get the mick taken out of you. Well, probably. Okay, bye. Yeah. Shadis, hey, one of the Terran artifacts could be the player from Living Art. No, that's not a Terran artifact. Shadis, wait, have I? I don't remember saying it on stream. Also, yes, it was QI. No, I just guessed. Because most of the time when you say strange little facts like that, they end up being from QI. So a continuation of the pattern was that this was also from QI. So it would seem that my guess was correct. QI? Yes, I've said the acronym before. Imagine a car with a spy viewer. Okay. Now I'm just imagining a James Bond car. Sure it is. Did you read out my vintage car message? You mean the one where you asked whether I would like... where you said that you think that if I were to have a car, it would be a car like from the 50s? Is that the one? That one I read. Both are good. Was referring to the two names. Pre-industrialization? Middle. The Victorian era was really the one where the Industrial Revolution really got started. Because it had gotten started before the steam engine, but the steam engine is what really enabled it, because the canals, most of Britain's canals were built before the steam engine to transport coal and iron, which is what is the start of the Industrial Revolution, because they needed coal and iron so they built the canals. Then, when it was already going, the steam locomotive was basically born out of the Industrial Revolution. It didn't actually start it, but it was born out of it, and then, of course, the steam locomotive enabled the Industrial Revolution to just explode. In some cases, literally. Well, now it's 9:16, 17 now. Yep, it's a full multiplex of many, many little factoids. Yeah. Chase, yeah, that one. 18. Being as the Victorian era was, as far as I know, only as long as the reign of a single queen, would it be the shortest of the historical eras? Could be. I don't know. But Queen Victoria, I think she died in 1901, if I think correctly. I'll just look it up. I think we can trust Wikipedia on this one, probably. Unless she's actually still alive. Dun dun dun! Yeah. So she reigned from 1837 to 1901. Let's see, when was she born? She was born in 1819. So, yeah, she lived quite long. Would that be 81 years, right? She lived to be 81 years. A lot can happen in 81 years. Just imagine, 81 years ago, where the world was at. 81 years ago. That is, so much has changed since then. So, anyway, it's 1818 for me. Interesting. Breaking news. Local man spots ghosts in creepy cellar. Audience terrified. Yeah, 1901. Still alive. And here tonight. Dun dun dun. Oh, hopefully Ghost Lady isn't Victoria. Actually, no. I mean, that would be totally fine. I'm not... That would be fine, yes. I hope she believes me. Official Queen Victoria at Official Queen Victoria 1819 has entered the chat. By gum, she always looks so miserable, even for the Victorian era when no one smiled in photos. You dare question my existence? No, I do think you exist. I just think you're an old corpse. Like a slack-jawed misery. Yeah, true. Although she did love railways. She loved railways. Anyway. What was I doing? Oh, right, error. Nope, the error is still there, so something is wrong with this. Something is wrong with it. What is it? Why doesn't it find this? This is spelled correctly. What's wrong with it? It's public, surely. Yeah, it is public. Why? Oh. Wait, is this? Oh, I see. I know what the error is, of course. I renamed the script, but then I opened it back up thinking that the actual script was still there, but it wasn't. So when I saved the new script, it just saved it with the old name again. So, yes. Now we've got other errors though. This is on Interactable. Namespace Brazier can be found. 30. Interactable at 30. Brazier. Because I need to rename that as well. There we go. That should fix the errors. There we go, fixed. See, I told you it should have worked. Right. But has it broken them on the object? Yeah, it has. So I need to reassign those ones. So this home flame, let's make that white again. Both of those are off. That should work. So let's see if it works. Wrong thing. I need matchbox. Matchstick box. Matchbox. There we go. That works. At the moment we've got 9 left. If I try to press E again, or I again, still got 9 left. Now if I take one of the Terran artifacts, equip that, then burn it. Oh, it says equip flammable item to burn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so it didn't work. It did not work. So why didn't it work? Oh, because it doesn't get set to true. Of course. That's why it didn't work. We're checking for it, but we didn't set it to true. So in here, here, I need to do brazier dot burned item is equal to true, not true. Now let's see what it's like. It should work now. Matchbox, equip, go over there, interact. And also I've made the color a bit transparent. So actually if I equip the matchbox again, like this thing, we can see the difference. So turn artifact, equip, I go over here to the left one. And yeah, now it's not being displayed anymore. You can see that as the color changes, it is becoming more transparent. Although not very though. Although it does look better than before. Maybe I should make it more transparent in general? Yes, I'm very aware that the light keeps going off. I can't really change anything about that at the moment. Let's see what it looks like now. That looks slightly better. Not good, not great, but slightly better. Now if I equip one of those, put it in there. If I equip one again, I can't put it in there because it's already got an item burned in it. Yes. And I can't put it on in here, can I? No, I can't, so that's good. Right, so that bit works. Now I just need to make it so that if all of them have a different color, then it's going to go somewhere else. So I need to actually think about how I want that to work. So corpsicity sounds like a scientific term. It does. Official Queen Victoria in 1819. And you, W, should really learn royal manners if you want to get anywhere in this Senate. Senate? Wait, the British government has a Senate? We've got the House of Lords. We've got the Parliament. But Senate? Really? I don't think we've got a Senate. Although I may be mistaken. Or official Queen Victoria 1819. Sheridais. Sheridais, if that is indeed your name, these lines of text, they look odd. They don't make any sense whatsoever. What do they mean? You've got me intrigued now. Well, so, okay, well, let's start with the sure, let's start with the inventory object. So let's just start at the top. So up here, these ones are namespaces. These are collections of data, of different functions, orders, basically. So this text orders the computer to do certain things, to perform certain calculations, which are then displayed on the screen. I mean, surely you know how this works because you've got a Twitch account, but sure, okay. So using means that what follows is the name of a namespace. Now, if there's a dot like this between two keywords, that means the thing afterwards is located within the thing before the dot. So for example here, system.collections means that I am importing the orders, the namespace, of the name collections, which is located within system. So, and then I'm also importing the namespace generic, which is in collections, which is system, the same for these ones. Now here, a class begins. Now a class is essentially a separate list of logical orders which can also store information. So this is a public class, which means it can be accessed from other points within the program. And then class denotes that it is a class, and then the name of it. So yeah, that's the name of the class. Then the colon here means that the thing after the colon is what this class inherits from. So it means that because this thing after that is also a class. So if I have, for example, the class monoBehavior has already a whole list of different potential orders and values in it, and if I want to use those same orders and values in this class, I can inherit from monoBehavior, thus inheriting all of its stuff. It doesn't have to actually die, though, for me to inherit it, so that's fine. So then the bracket opens, which means that everything between this bracket and the closing bracket, which is currently further off screen, is the definition of this class. At the top, we've got variables. So now a variable is like basically a box that can hold a certain type of information. Like, for example, a variable may hold an integer, a number, so a number without decimal points. So say in terms of apples, or actually no, cannonballs, that's more your speed. So cannonballs, a crate can hold 1 cannonball, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, but it can't hold 1.5. Yeah? Now, this first one here is a Boolean, which means it's either true or false. Either the crate holds cannonballs or it doesn't, true or false. Now, there are more complicated types of variable as well. For example, the next one, by the way, this is the type Boolean, and then the name of it. The semicolon indicates that the command ends, and the thing afterwards is a new command. So this here is another variable in the box of type inventory item. Now, inventory item is the name of a class. So the type of data that this variable can hold is a class, like this one that we're currently in. So if so the class inventory item can have variables of its own. And then if I put that in this variable, that variable will have all those commands available to it. Yes. So then we go on and on, and then over here, we've got a header. Now this is for the inspector in Unity. Unity is the sort of manager application that can process these orders and then execute them. No, not in your meaning of the word execute, more in the meaning of follow through. Yes. So these square brackets indicate that it is a thing meant for the editor. It's not it is not a variable or a class or anything like that. It's just something that isn't really part of the logic of these orders, but rather something of how it's supposed to be displayed within the inspector. Header means that I just want a bit of text there. Brackets open up because a thing in between the brackets are the parameters of header. Header is another function, which is basically a list of orders, a list of logical orders. And then the parentheses, the quotation marks, indicate that the thing between the quotation marks is a string. So a string of characters. It means that the thing between the two quotation marks is not meant as a command, but rather as a just bit of text. The computer isn't supposed to analyze it and try to make sense of it, but rather just use it as text. Then I've got some more variables here, another header, and then a list. Now, a list is a type of variable that contains other variables. So for example, here I have a list of integers. So the variable list of type list can say have one integer in it, or it can have two integer variables in it, or 3 or 5 or 2,000 integer variables within it. Now, lists can only have one type of variable. So you can't have two integers and a boolean. It doesn't work like that. So I've got the list here, then I've got in these chevrons the type, which is int, and then here the name of it, and then I'm giving it a value. So I'm going to set current item count, which is the name of the variable, equal to a new list, which means it's going to need to generate a new set of data of a list type integer. Basically, this is just set up to be able to use it. Then here I've got these square brackets again with space in it, and space basically means that when these variables are displayed, where I can see their values, it's just going to leave a gap, essentially. And then we've got GameObject, another variable of GameObject, which is a thing that Unity uses. A GameObject is like anything that has properties, anything that exists. A table could be a GameObject, but they can also be invisible. Like, for example, air. The air can have a GameObject. Then I've got transform. Now, transform is what gives a GameObject its position and rotation and its size. Now, components are... So a GameObject exists, and it can have sets of orders, of logical orders running on it, sets of scripts. And transform and GameObject are two types of that. Then we continue down, and then we get to functions. Now, functions are basically small sets of specific orders. You can tell the computer to run that function, and then the computer will go through all of those orders in order, and then go back to what it was doing before. So, actually, I've just realized we've only got a few, 23 minutes left. So, if it's okay with you, Your Highness, let's continue this lesson next time, if you want. So, oh, well, that's okay. So let me just read chat. What's chat? Oh, chat is the thing that you've been typing in, the thing that I've been reading. Yes. Yeah. Yes, that, exactly. So, official Queen Victoria 1819. My royal patience is depleting rapidly. Well, I was doing I could have done it faster, but then you wouldn't have understood anything. Not to be offensive, but just to be realistic. Yeah, I don't think Senate is the right word either. I was going to say, I think Senate is an American political thing. Well, actually, Senate goes back to the Roman Republic. Yeah, because the Roman Republic, it's actually a Latin word, Senate, which actually comes from the word senile, which the word senile actually just comes from the word old. So someone who is senile is someone who is old, with the actual definition of the original word. And the Senate was a whole bunch of old people, the wise old people. So senile, so Senate. That's where that comes from. House of Lords, yes. House of Lords, yes, of course. That's what I said. No, there's a record there. You've gone on record, in writing, calling part of the British government a Senate. That's not me talking, it's right there. White on black. Don't confuse me with foreign terms. Well, actually, I thought you were quite fond of foreign things, considering how many of your subjects you've sent into different countries to try to colonize them, is, I believe, the word you used. Shadice, you sound like you've swallowed your tongue. Do I? Shadice, you forgot to read my instant letter above W's scientific term letter. Did I? Oh, I'm sorry. You dare question my corpsicity? Oh, right, that makes more sense, sorry. Yeah. Crate of cannonballs? Who is attacking? Let me at 'em. No. If someone was attacking, the cannonballs would either be in the cannons or in the enemy ship. If they're in the crate, it means no one's attacking. So, yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it? XD. Talio, and let us punch them to and fro, says Kango Fango. Automod? What's that? A puny piece of modern engineering is keeping me from expressing my royal self the way we want to? No, Kango Fango said that, not you. How much longer is he gonna be? I think he's forgotten you asked as a joke, Kango. Maybe. Not. Oh, right. There we go. XD. Good God, man. 10 minutes. Was that? Felt like it. Not that you were boring, but aye. Yeah, well, you know, I do like explaining stuff, and when a joke offers the opportunity to do so, then I do like to take it. So, yes. Never thought I'd thank anyone, but genuinely thank you. It was a very clear explanation. And you are a scribe, did you say? A writer of scripts? You could say so, yes. I'm also a performer. You better delete that record this instant. It's not up to me. You've got to get in touch with Amazon. They're a company, not the rainforest. It's a company. Although, to be honest, they probably have just about as much power over the world at this point than you did. Yeah. At least in terms of power over people. So many people rely on their service, it's a private company, that if they decided to drop service or to only limit service to those who conform with their rules, a lot of the world's population would be blackmailed into doing that because they rely so much on that company. So, yes. Yeah. Quite alright, Sheradice. Sheradice, you forgot my letter above W's. How much longer? Oh, did I? Off with its circuitry. Oh, right, that. Sorry. Oh, no, sorry, that's not your message. That's Kango Fango's message. Sorry. Off with its circuitry. That's how you sound like, probably. I know she's a queen, but yowie wowie. Official Queen Victoria, 1819. A company as powerful as me and the British Empire? Well, I don't know whether to laugh at them or blackmail them. I would suggest neither. Yeah. The thing is, in modern times, companies have basically taken over the world. Yes, there are still governments, but governments are really just... basically, okay, here's the thing. Currently, the world is facing a very critical situation, a turning point in history. And governments are taking essentially direct orders from the heads of private companies whose companies gain money from people being ill. Yes. I know it sounds twisted, but it's true. Anyway, so let's continue. Right, so we've got... Okay, it's working. We can put stuff in them. That's working. So now I just got to keep track of how much stuff I've got in things. So if I go... No, actually, I probably missed control, really. Now, how do I want to do this? Because originally, I'd planned it so that when you go through the portal, it has a random chance, your destination, it basically rolls a random, basically it rolls a d8, an 8-sided die, and depending on which one it lands at, it chooses that brazier, and then whichever color the flame is where you would go. So if you only change one of the flames to a certain color, then you would have a 1 in 8 chance of going there. Now, if this is the if these Terran artifacts are what the player needs to collect to get to the basically the end of the game, then they could potentially only collect one, put it in, and then they've got a 1 in 8 chance to get to the end of the game. Now, true, if they don't get that 1 in 8 and they get another number, then they are going to have wasted that item, and then they need to collect another one to have another 1 in 8 chance. So I'm probably just going to keep it like that. So let's see, we've got the Brazier list, which is lit. Sorry. Why is that here? Oh, Brazier is lit. That's how many we've got, of course. Yeah, sorry. Right, so let's keep track of what states what things are. So public, let's do static, why not? Static int Brazier 1 dest, or rather, let's do Brazier dest underscore 1. No, let's do Brazier underscore 1 dest. Because you can have underscores, you just can't have spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then in start, I'm going to reset all of these so that at the start of a game, or of a level, they're all going to have a destination of 0. And a destination of 0 is going to be to remain in the level that you're currently at. So is equal to 0. I'm just going to do 1. Actually, no, let's copy this. That's much more clever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then each Brazier needs to have an ID, so which one it is. So public int, let's do ID. Let's actually give them the ID that they need. So I sound like people who want to implement health passports. Let's give them the ID that they need. No. Anyway, sorry, off topic. Right, gate, the first one, is going to have an ID of, actually, should we do 0? Yeah, so it'd be 0, 2, 7, yeah, that would make sense. So this one needs to have an ID of 1. This one needs to have an ID of 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, and 7. Let me just make sure that I didn't accidentally tick that box. There we go. They're all named correctly. So, right. Now, when a Brazier is lit, when an item is burned, we need to change its state, its target. So you've got the ID, and then we need, let's just do dest, which if it's 0, again, it's going to just be, let's just make that default to 0. It's going to be going to the same type of level that we're currently at. So here we go, interactable, no, item interactable. No, that's not a player, that's the one we want. Is it? Is it? No, we do want item interactable. So if it's just, if we just light it, it's not going to change anything. If we're going to burn a home flame in brackets, Terran artifact, Then we need to set it to the dest to 1. So brazier.dest is equal to 1. And then we need the portal. I need to open that script up again. Exit portal, I think it's called. Or is it level gate? No, it's level gate, right? Level gate, yes. So, level gate. So when the player goes in, then... Okay, so let's do it like this. So, if... Actually, no. We need to roll for the random number first. So, int r is equal to random.range between 0 and 8. And since it's an integer, it's exclusive, which means it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It doesn't count to 8, which gives us 8 total, 8 possible things. So that means that if it's 0, we can use a switch here. Well, let's just do if and else if. That is, I mean, there's really no point to use a switch in this case. So if r is equal to 0, we just reload the currency, which is what we're doing so far. If it is equal to... actually, no. Of course not. Of course not. That doesn't make any sense. No. Right. So, how am I going to check? So I know which one we've rolled, which brazier we're going to choose. How am I going to actually find that one? I need to have a list of them, an array. That's the easiest thing. So let's do public. Brazier. Brazier. Let's call it braziers. And this is going to be an array, which means that I cannot change its length runtime, but we don't need to. So then it's just going to be, I need a new variable brazier, let's just call it b, is equal to braziers of index r. And then if b.dest is equal to 0, then we go to there, and then if b.dest is equal to 1, which is the home one, let's just print home. Print honey, I'm home. Well, let's just do it like that. So yes, now I need to assign them. So the first one is going to be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, number 7, number 8. Although, actually, does that mean that I don't need the ID then, surely? No, I don't need the ID. I do, however, need to change the dest. No, the dest is already being changed, right? We put that in, correct? Correct? Yes. Good. But then we don't need this bit either if we're just going... No, we don't need this bit either. If we're just going to do it via the object, that's fine. This should work. So, Matchbox equip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, this is going to have a much better effect with sound. So if I'm going to... Okay, so I'm going to put Terran artifacts in all of them. Just to see if it does... So it should... it should print Honey, I'm Home with 100% chance. Because there's no way it can land on a brazier that's not set, that's not had a Terran artifact burned within it. So like this. Oh, there was a little gate spare there. See, they're all burning white. So if I go in, yeah, you can see at the bottom left, right there, it says "Honey, I'm Home," which means that it's working. Right, so now let's read chat. My royal brainium is aching. I need to sit down. You must really teach me more of the modern world someday. Certainly not today. Yeah, there wouldn't be enough time. How did you come up with Terran? No, Terran, as in terra, as in earth. Terran, as in... Yeah, exactly. Wait. Might not be. No, that is it. Wait. Then that means... No, I'm probably wrong. No, it's correct. It's right. This isn't Earth. Well, it's probably not Earth then. I don't know. Earth. We'll let Chadice answer it. Am I wrong? Be right back. Has it read chat now? Not yet. Rightio, I need to pop off now. While your lecture was certainly intriguing, it was also quite exhausting, and I can't possibly look at another line of code, was it? My royal head is spinning like a top. Ta-ra now. Well, bye, but I clearly know that you've typed more, so you're still here. Ta-ra, your majesty. Ta-ra, your majesty. Do you think you'll return in, grace us with your presence in tomorrow's stream, lecture session? Yeah, well, it's going to be all about railways. You like them, don't you? Actually, railroads, American. Yeah. So might not like them as much then, because, you you kind of have a grudge against America, don't you? At least, oh, I'm not sure if you do, but your predecessors sure have. You know, you probably do have a grudge against America. Probably do. Anyway, we are not sure. If my royal schedule doesn't turn out to be a dirty traitor, we should be able to attend. Rightio, your majesty shall have safe journeys. Oh, sure. Didn't mean to have a colon there. Was just tagging a... No, well, she said it. That was strange. Bye. What is that face? Anyway, ta-ra. Right, she's left now. Good grief. What was that? Humph. Oops, she's back. You still here? Apparently not. XD. Bless. It's little Codex secret like that I love. Codex secrets. It's little Codex secret, yeah. XD. XD to you too, W. Whatever that outlandish sequence of random letters may mean. I'm seriously off now. Ta-ra. That doesn't really sound very royal, does it? I'm off. That's just off. You're not leaving or exiting the premises. You're off. Sure. Slams door. Oh, you're going into a slam door. Those trains are a bit too modern for your time, aren't they? Although you know you're still alive, so they'd be a bit too old for this time now. Well, most of them anyway, I think. At the very bottom below his face cam, it should say, "Honey, I'm home." Music starts. Yeah. Honey, I'm home. Yeah. Oh, so I was right. Chalice, she's gone now, but she's DM'd me that grudges fade. Apparently it's gone then? Good. Chalice, again, you sound like you've swallowed your tongue. That is actually... I'm not sure if it's a very good one, but that is actually in one of the drama things, there was one of the workshops was about a posh British accent, more Victorian times, and one thing they said was basically to keep your mouth closed. Only open your mouth a very small bit, talking a bit like this, and then if you're talking quite high like this, then you do kind of talk in the way that you might imagine that. But yeah, it does sound strange. It does sound strange to us now, but that is what they said, and I do trust the source. I do really trust the source. However, I don't trust the sauce. It smelled a bit of fish. Anyway, it's 10 o'clock. So I think we'll get to doing the actual loading of a different scene in a week. So with that, let's save and exit. Or let's save and exit. Save and exit. So don't need that anymore. I know I've got a lot of windows open. It's fine. Well, ish. So shall I say, wish I had been able to turn that one. It sounds really authentic. Thanks. Although I doubt that my interpretation of it is very good because I've basically had next to no practice. You're not gonna show us the Nithok you know what? No, I'm not. So I've already read chat, so now shout out time. So Kangafango does lovely stuff on Sundays. He does OMSI 2 map development, trains map development, truck driving. Also, there's a free map for trains in development called Central Europe. It's a huge map. It simulates a large part of Central Europe, of course scaled down, but still huge. And Slovak Eagle is part of that team. There is a version of it, the route available on the download station, and he's actually released a teaser only a couple of days ago. So yeah, he's part of that. Sweater Gaming, Brandt, Zefek, what is his name? Dostachka. I keep forgetting that name. I keep forgetting how to pronounce it. I'm so sorry if you're watching this. I'm so sorry. It's just for some reason that name, I'm having trouble remembering how to pronounce it. Dostachko. It's the I keep focusing on the beginning of it, like the DOS part, but actually the end, where it's Dostachko, not Dostachka. So ko. Probably because I'm thinking of Ninochka from the film, because it sounds similar. I'll try to remember it. Anyway, Prisoner as well, a lot of them. I'm actually surprising that they let him have a laptop in jail, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm only joking. So, yeah, they didn't let him have a laptop, he snuck it in. Anyway, that is the end of the stream. Thank you very much for joining me. Not sure we've done that much this stream. I fixed issues, which is good. But yeah, now we're primed to do some more expressive work next time. So work that actually expresses how far we've come. Because this is actually always the thing with projects where you've got a bit of stuff that takes a long time to do. It can feel like you're not making any progress in it. But the thing is, if that work needs to be done, then say that work takes 3 hours to do. And it's only to make, say, in terms of the game, say the work is only to make the head bob adjustable. Yeah? No, that's not that important. Let's say the work is to add dynamic clouds, which is important because of the weather system you're going to implement. Now, you've already had clouds, but you can't detect where there is a cloud and where there's not a cloud. So you can feel like, okay, you've made the works, now you can detect where there's a cloud, where there isn't a cloud. If that takes 3 hours, then you think you haven't made any progress. The only thing is that now you can detect where the clouds are. But the thing is, if that bit of work would have taken 3 hours anyway, then if you think about the progress in terms of time, then you've made a lot of progress because it would have taken that anyway. So yeah, so that's it. This stream will be archived on YouTube, so bye. Yes. Alright, before that. Alright, bye, hopefully someday. Bye, thank you for the shout out, definitely someday. Thanks for the stream too. Goodbye, it was very nice. See ya, express work. Bye, true. Bye. See you soon, bye, yes.